Welcome student to our channel. Today's topic is second law of thermodynamics, which is from the thermodynamics subject. If you are new on this channel, please subscribe our channel and also click on the bell icon for the latest update video. Next, in this today's topic, we will cover the following points, that is Kelvin-Planck statement, Clausius statement, efficiency of the heat engine, coefficient of performance of the refrigerator and heat pump, and also we will discuss the difference between heat engine, heat pump and refrigerator in their formulas. Second law of thermodynamics has the two statements. One is Kelvin-Planck statement and second one is Clausius statement. Kelvin-Planck statement is applicable for power producing devices and Clausius statement is applicable for power absorbing devices. In power producing devices, today we discuss the heat engine, whose input is the heat and output is the mechanical work done. Secondary, in power absorbing devices, input for the heat pump and refrigerator is the energy, that is in terms of electricity, and we got the output as the desired effect. So Kelvin-Planck statement, it is impossible to construct an engine that operates in a cycle and produces no effect other than the work output and exchange heat with the single heat reservoir. Okay, so here heat reservoir means heat reservoir is the part of environment which can exchange the heat energy with the system. It has the sufficiently large heat capacity and its temperature is not affected by the quantity of heat transferred to or from it. That means it has a large reservoir of the heat. Again, the reservoir which is at a high temperature and supplies heat is known as heat source. Okay, and the temperature and the reservoir which is at low temperature and to which the heat is transferred is called as heat sink. So in this case we are supplying the heat from the heat reservoir to the engine and we are trying to convert all the heat which is supplied to the energy in the form of work. So basically it is not possible case, because it is the statement implies that no heat engine can be developed that receives a certain amount of heat from a high temperature source and converts into an equivalent amount of work. If this thing is happen, in that case the efficiency of the engine is 100%. Such system satisfy the principle of energy conservation, that means it satisfies the first law of thermodynamics, but it violates the Kelvin-Planck statement of the second law. That means obviously Kelvin-Planck statement tells that no heat engine can have the thermal efficiency equal to the 100%, and that's why to satisfy the second law of thermodynamics Kelvin-Planck statement, we have the two energy sources or the two and thermal reservoir. One is the heat source, that means the thermal reservoir at a high temperature, and second source, that is heat sink, which is the thermal reservoir at the low temperature. In this case, Q1 is the amount of heat coming from the heat source which is maintained at the T1 temperature, and we know that that temperature is constant. Also, Q2 is the heat rejected from the engine to the heat reservoir which is maintained at the T2 temperature, that is heat sink. So, the heat engine has to generate the work on the expense of the heat supplied minus heat rejected. That means the work done is the difference between heat supplied minus heat rejected, and that is the Kelvin-Planck statement of the second law of thermodynamics. Second, Clausius statement, which is applicable for the power absorbing devices. In this statement, it is impossible to construct a device that operates in a cycle and produces no effect other than the transfer of heat from the system which is at low temperature to the another system which is at the high temperature. The statement implies that heat cannot flow itself from the system at a low temperature to a system at a high temperature. That means we have to supply the work to transfer the heat from lower temperature reservoir to the higher temperature reservoir. So according to the if suppose that thing is happen where we without supplying any work, the heat is transferred from low temperature reservoir to the higher temperature reservoir, then that is the impossible case in a real life. So to satisfy the Clausius statement, we have to supply some external work for doing this transfer of the heat from low temperature reservoir to the higher temperature reservoir, and that is the difference between the heat supplied minus heat rejected. Okay. Next, to calculate the performance of a refrigerator, we have the term called as coefficient of performance, that is COP. It is the ratio of heat extracted in a refrigerator to the work done on the refrigerant, that is by the compressor, also called as energy performance ratio. Theoretically, COP, that is coefficient of performance, is equal to the desired output divided by work supplied, which is also called as heat extracted, or the refrigerating effect divided by work of compression, that is Q divided by W. Okay, so Q is also called as refrigeration produce, or that is refrigerating effect. Theoretically, COP for the unit mass system is equal to small q divided by W. In this slide, we will discuss the difference between heat engine, refrigerator and heat pump. So Kelvin-Planck statement for the heat engine, here the thermal efficiency is equal to the work done divided by heat supplied to the system. So Q1 is the heat supplied to the system, Q2 is the heat rejected to the system, and the formula of the thermal efficiency of the heat engine is the work done divided by heat supplied. And Clausius statement is applicable for refrigerator as well as heat pump, and their performance is calculated in the coefficient of performance term is desired output divided by work supplied. So for the refrigerator system, desired output is the Q2, is the amount of heat extracted or the refrigerating effect produced divided by work supplied, and for the work we have the formula W is equal to Q1 minus Q2, that is Q1 can be also called as heat rejected and Q2 is also called as heat absorbed in the refrigerator case as well as in a case of heat pump. Okay, and for the heat pump, Q1 is the desired output, that is heat supplied to the space which is already at the higher temperature, and that is our desired output in a case of heat pump. So again, the thermal efficiency formula will become Q1 minus Q2 divided by Q1. On the simplification, we got 1 minus Q2 divided by Q1. Coefficient of performance for the refrigerator is the desired output is our Q2 for the refrigerator and Q1 for the heat pump. Therefore, the formula is modified such that Q2 divided by Q1 minus Q2 is for the refrigerator, and COP of the heat pump Q1 divided by Q1 minus Q2 is for the heat pump. And we have the correlation in between the heat pump and refrigerator is that coefficient of performance of the heat pump is equal to the coefficient performance of the refrigerator plus 1. Okay, these are the references from which I have taken this information. Please like, subscribe and press the bell icon for the latest videos. Thank you. If any comments are there, please mention in the chat box. Thank you.